Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, a different Dimir, Dimir Midrange. So I was upselling Dimir Bounce like crazy all of last week. I think Dimir Bounce is the best deck ever. It's in the current standard metagame as tier 0. No other deck can beat it. Guess what? There's actually another Dimir deck out there that is putting up the numbers. And according to Arena Stats, which is on untap.gg, this deck actually has a higher win rate. Yeah. I'm flabbergasted. I don't know, flummoxed. I don't know what the word is, but I really am confused as to why this deck is so much better than the other deck as far as win rates go. So I want to try it myself. Dimir Midrange is a very strong deck. I'm not saying it's a bad deck, but it was beating all the otters, right? The Storm Chaser's talent. It's beating all this talent big enough. It is able to put up numbers against almost every deck out there, and I want to see why that is. And the trick of this deck is very similar to the other deck, and that is get our turn 1, turn 2 creatures down, and then try to get a Kaito in. Cheat out a turn 3 Planeswalker is pretty insane, I have to say. But this deck then has the Faebloom Trick into Enduring Curiosity to draw, 2 cards if you just have 2 fairies, or if you have multiple creatures on board, 3 or 4 creatures, you can draw 3 or 4 cards. And they're all flying, so they all have evasion, makes it a little bit difficult for your opponent to try to block, and it definitely goes through almost every control deck, like crazy. So that is why I think this deck can put up that kind of numbers. So let's talk about the whole deck list. It's pretty straightforward, but of course, there are a little bit of tricks to this deck. Turn 1, we want to have one of the 4 Spyglass Sirens, or at least have a cut down up so that we can interact with our opponent. Turn 2, what we want to have is one of our 8 2-drops that are on tempo plays. 4 Faerie Mastermind and 4 Floodpits Drowner. They're all flash speed 2/1s, which means that we're not playing it on our turn. We're playing it on our opponent's end phase going into our turn 3. And Faerie Mastermind flies, which means it's evasion. Floodpits Drowner taps down a creature, which means that on turn 2, usually our opponent's going to have 1 creature on board. We can just tap down. It has a stun counter, which means that they have no blockers. And that means this is how we get our turn 3 Kaito in. We also can back all of this up with a lot of interaction spells. So we have 3 Spell Stutter to counter our opponent's spells, 3 Go for the Throw to kill our opponent's big creatures, or 1 Nowhere to Run to get underneath those pesky little warded up hex-proofing nonsense. Alright, so that's kind of the idea. Now, of course, this deck runs Spell Stutter. I think Spell Stutter is better than the Spree counter spell that also counters unless they pay 2. This is better because it's only got the upside, right? Spell Stutter means that if we have a Faerie Mastermind, it's a mana leak. Or, if we're able to have a Faebloom Trick fairies on board, there's 2 fairies, the Spell Stutter now is +2, so it's counter unless they pay 4. It's even better than a Mana Leak. And Mana Leak is insanely good, so that is why Spell Stutter is pretty good in this deck. Going to turn 3, we got 3 Faebloom Tricks. Faebloom Trick is pretty good if our opponent has 1 creature that we're tapping down, so that we get 2 1/1 flyers to draw cards with Curiosity, but it's not always good. That's why there's only 3 off, and we want to have 1 Tishana's Tidebinder. We can see that this deck do falter a bit to Planeswalkers. We don't have Planeswalker removal. We got hate speed creatures that we can attack into, but we don't have Planeswalker removal. And also, it has no artifact or enchantment removal. What it does have is Tishana, so that we can kind of counter their activated or triggered ability for 1 time, and then kind of overwhelm our opponent just on board presence alone. So there's 1 Tishana in the deck. And then finally, we have our 8 4-drops. Technically, this is a 3-drop, right? Kaito is technically a 3-drop because we want to sneak him in. So yeah, this is a Ninjutsu 3 that costs 4 on the CMC. But then the turn 4 that we actually want to play is Enduring Curiosity. Whenever we deal combat damage to a creature, draw a card. So every creature draws us a card, and that gives us a lot of fuel for this deck. Then the land base. Very aggressive tempo deck, so 25 lands only. I have to say only because for control decks nowadays we learn 26, and for aggro decks we run like 18 lands. So this is tempo mid-range, so 25 lands. 4 islands, 4 swamps, 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Darkslick Shores, 4 Gloomlake Verge, 2 Restless Reef, and 4 Underground Rivers. Only 2 tap land. Every other land is untapped because we want to be able to play untapped in the early games. We have a lot of on-tempo plays. But the reason why we have 25 lands is because we have 3 Soulstone Sanctuary that we can turn into creatures. And the great thing about Soulstone Sanctuary turning into a creature is, well, the Kaito Plus buffs the ninjas, which is a creature type, and Soulstone Sanctuary is all creature type. Spell Stutter counts every fairy. Soulstone Sanctuary is all creature type, which is also a fairy. So this is a land creature that counts for both the Spell Stutter and Kaito, and it can attack in Vigilance so that we can attack every turn for Enduring Curiosity triggers while holding back as a blocker as well. So that's a pretty fun card to include in this deck, and it will help us get some wins. And that's the whole idea. I think this is a very strong deck, but let's see how the games do. Alright, our opponent is Hato. Cool name. Letting us go first. I'll take it. Hi. Gloomlake Verge is, you know, not going to give us the cut down mana. Now we have place. Are they going to bat us? No bats. Mastermind. Mastermind's dead. It lasted a minute. It lasted a minute, right? It was fine. Here's a Siren. Three mana. Virtue. Well, can't stop that. Well, I can, but I'm not gonna. Here's another Mastermind. We've been. Is another cut down? Jesus. Well, they got all the. They put out all the stops, so I can't really fight through that. I think. Soulstone Sanctuary. They pulled through all the stops, had all the removal. They have 3 removals for the 3 creatures that we played. So, I mean. Where will we go after that? Here's a Curiosity. Do they have another removal? Alright, we just queue up against hardcore removal the deck. At some point they're gonna run out, right? At some point I can hope. Union? Okay. It's not too crazy. Tap land. I'm all for it. Sanctuary, do your thing. I'll draw a card. It was a land. I have a cut down for his Restless Fortress, but I don't think he's going to do that. He's going to Virtue our Soulstone Sanctuary. Four mana, nothing. Got more removal, but how many removal does he want to spend on these 1/1s? I draw 2 cards. There's 2 virtues though, so that's gonna be a problem, right? I don't know how to fight those virtues. I guess there's not much things in the graveyard. There's our Faerie Mastermind. Do we use a map here? That's a good card. I would like that card. Mirix. I mean, I could Tishana, but I don't think I want to Tishana that. Take the 1 poison. I don't think they're a toxic deck. Oh boy, okay. So that's now going to be a problem. Let's just draw like 4 cards. Alright, we drew a lot of cards. Soulstone Sanctuary will be pretty good here. Do we counter that? I think we counter that, right? What can he bring back from our deck? Faerie Mastermind? I'm not drawing any cards. Spyglass Siren. This taps. Sunfall. Well, can't stop that from happening, I guess. This is gonna hit everything we have. Cool. Still got the 2 1/1s. And the Soulstone Sanctuary. Did he have removal? Did not seem like he had a removal. He could. I mean, honestly, right? So he could still have removal for the Restless Reef. Do we do it anyways? I think we do it anyways, but that means I'll play a land first. Yeah, if he removes the reef, he's not removing the sanctuary. You mill 4 cards. I don't want to mill 4 cards because I have creatures. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's a 5/5, huh? I can't go for the throw of 5/5. He's not going to block the reef, is he? It's Death Touch. Oh, he does block the reef. Okay. I'm fine with that. It gets rid of his creature and I draw 3 cards. Nowhere to run. Spell Stutter. Enduring Curiosity. He gets my Mastermind. Virtue's not very useful because I don't have any impactful creatures here. Second Virtue, I will Spell Stutter that. Do I? Do I have lethal? Hold on a second. No. It's got 2 mana. Could use the map. But that's about it. He has a Sunfall. Cool. How do we get around that Sunfall? Well, first things first, right? We gotta get rid of that Mastermind. Then we attack for 5. I draw 3 cards. Then I play a land. Scar a car. Arena. You're gonna die to the Faebloom Tricks. Wait. Gotta wait till the end turn. I don't mill out, right? Because, yeah, GG. Discard a card. You bring a creature back and you take 1. Go to 0 and you die. Yeah, that was not a good play, but I guess our opponent had no other plays. Alright, our opponent is Sheena. Shia? Sheena. Sheena goes first. We have a good hand, but not good enough. Now that we're going second. I can hope that they have nothing, but they look like a black Rakdos deck, so we're gonna have to try to get there, I think. It's Gloomlake Verge. I can hope they have no play on 2 turns, but it's very rare. Mosswood Dread Knight. Alright, just as a 1-1, huh? I'm not blocking the Dread Knight, so I'm attacking through. Now I can hope that I can counter his turn 3 play. Dread Knight's gonna hurt. If he makes no play here, that's gonna hurt even more. Wait, what is he playing it on? I can't tell if he's playing on the creature side or not. I mean, I'm just gonna counter it. Too much tempo on board. Kaito.
Impressed. Looks like I gotta fight my way out of this one.
Stun it.
You're not going anywhere.
Demo field. Demo field's scary. Duress. No, I got nothing for him to duress. Maelstrom pulse my Kaito. You jerk.
Fine. I'll make a new plan.
That's a little late for that. I don't think we I mean, we could Curiosity end a turn, but it will be very obvious, right? So, I think we just Siren here. There's gonna be a land. Drowner's okay. So, Gloomlake Verge or Soulstone Sanctuary. So, I don't want him to pop my Drowner. I might need to use it. Shieldred, huh? Say hi to the stutter. Oh, come on. You haven't lost yet. That's a coward's way out. Okay, our opponent is Oki. Okie dokie. We gotta go first. We gotta go first with this crazy hand. I love it. I do need a 3rd land though, or a 4th land. Right now I only have 3 lands. Faebloom Trick might. I'd say it doesn't draw us any cards. The map might be able to help us. Guess we map. Yeah. He sees the stutter. We have 4 lands, by the way. Good enough. Didn't get batted? We didn't get batted? Oh my god. Not just a kill spell. Go for the throw on our Spyglass Siren. I was wondering why I was trying to target him. It doesn't target. Cut down? He knows the Curiosity is probably coming, right? I get to draw a lot of cards, but I take my counter off the board. That's fine. That does literally nothing. Draw 2 cards. Alright, now we're in a trouble against Shieldred. I guess that's the only thing. But even then, it's not too bad. Archfiend? How do we want to fight this Archfiend, huh? We could Faebloom Trick it, and then it would just be stuck. I like that. I still draw a card. I mean, it gets tapped down for 2 turns, right? He gets untapped and he gets to attack with it. So I guess we could not attack. I don't draw a card if I don't attack. If I attack, I lose 2 life and I draw a card. Lose 2 life and drawing a card is way better, right? I feel like it is the preferred strategy. Before it goes into combat, I gotta do this. Unstoppable Slasher. I don't need to counter that. This is a lot. This is a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, that is a lot of cards I wanted to draw. So let's cut down the Slasher. I cut down the Slasher on his turn. There's no reason to cut down the Slasher on my turn. Discard a card. Unholy Annex. So counter unless he pays like 7, right? We stop the Annex. Definitely don't want to see the Annex. Liliana of the Veil. Do we care about Liliana? This is whenever a creature combat damage to a player, so we do care about Liliana. So I will stop Liliana. And then we will take half our life. That's fine. We'll kill the Archfiend. That's about half our life anyways. Not dead. Draw 400 cards. Okay, so I want a Swamp out there, and I want the Sirens. So 4 mana for the Sanctuary, and then not enough for both Spyglass Siren and Tishana. I don't have enough mana for everything that I want to do, but you know, I think that's fair. I think it's a fine trade. Go for the throw on my Mastermind. You got it. Cut down your Slasher. It can come back, but it's not going to do much. Then we play the Curiosity, and that's GG. This is lethal on board. I also draw like a million cards, but it doesn't matter, he's dead. G to the G. Alright, our opponent is Zumi. Please don't be an O-Pillar. Opponent goes first. This hand is horrendous, but it is 1 land away from Kaito, so I'm gonna keep it. Alright, here is our One land away from Kaito. Man, I don't like this. I don't like this stare down. You want to Kaito me? I don't think so. I'm gonna Kaito you. You're the one with the stun. Faerie Mastermind? I think I'm just gonna kill it. Stun this some more. Make it completely useless. Definitely can sneak in a Kaito. The problem is, if I do sneak in a Kaito, his Enduring Curiosity could get to Kaito, right? I get to tap one, but I don't get to tap both. And if I make him counter this, that he can't... Yeah, then he can't play Enduring Curiosity. Cut down on one. Let's do the trade. He does have a Curiosity. I kind of knew that that was happening. And now I can get it out.
Sit down. Rethink your life.
What he said. Shieldred? Oh boy. Now that is trouble. -3 doesn't even kill it. I mean, I can't use the -2 on Shieldred because then I'll just lose it. Oh boy, how do I fight Shieldred? I surveil, but I don't draw. Alright. I can't kill Shieldred. Not with anything I have here. Nowhere to Run is not the card I wanted to draw. I wanted to draw... Go for the throw. I guess I'll just surveil 2. Man.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
That is so mean. It was right there too. Spyglass Siren. Pretty good card. I don't want. He has Shieldred in his deck, so I definitely don't want to do anything here, right? I'll let him draw. He also has his Kaito. I mean, what can he do with his Kaito? If he draw cards?
I'm trained for situations. Ha! I love a dramatic entrance.
Give me a card. Is he gonna draw another card? Or is he gonna tap down a Mastermind? Doesn't tap down a
My eyes are
Mastermind.
as sharp as my sword.
There's a Siren. He uses the map. There is a cut down. He keeps the cut down. I too can be curious. Alright, I can lock down the Spyglass Siren. Lock this down. 4 damage here. 3 damage there. Not 2 damage. 3 damage.
Your tech is way. I love a
draw another
dramatic
card.
entrance. There's gotta be another way out.
Tap this down.
You're not going anywhere.
He has a lot of cards. But I have the board presence. And all his stuffs are tapped down. So that's something. Can I get there with something? He has a cut down. I can see his cut down. So do we plus on a Kaito? No. I think everybody goes in first. Let's see what he targets. Get that shuffled back. Tidebinder, huh? Oh, I can't stop the Tidebinder. But I can see where he blocks. Okay, he doesn't block the Kaito. So I will draw a card. It's a land. It's a land.
I thrive in the dark.
So he cannot put my Enduring Curiosity back. Where are the attacks going? My face! Attacks Tishana. Okay, so block here. We try to kill the Tidebinder. Alright. He has nothing else? That's interesting. We will attack with Kaito. We will attempt to attack with Kaito. What can he have? Man, this is some game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have exact 6 mana for these 3 plays. One of them will get hard countered by the cut down right away, so that's definitely not very nice. They're roping. That's not 3 lands, right? It must be removal. Come on. Here we go. Okay, Zoomy, please play your Zoomer game. Zoomer magic. This is totally Zoomer magic. Look at all this Dimir nonsense. But our opponent definitely wants to rope out the whole game because he's salty. Come on, my draw were not that good, right? We were pretty even. Honestly, 40 cards, 40 cards. I think we're pretty even. He drawn pretty much the same amount of cards same type of cards I did. He has 6 lands, my 6 lands. We're not that different, you and I. I have nowhere to run, which means I can target his Kaito, but he can't target my Kaito. Yeah, that's about the only difference. Not that it mattered. I don't think I ever tried to target his Kaito. I forgot that I could. He's gonna rope out the whole game. Here we go. Yeehaw! Alright, he's gonna rope out the whole turn. Just to be salty. Some players, man, they cannot handle the salt. This is only 4 damage, it's not lethal. I draw a card. It happens to be a land. I will use 2 mana to tap down the Curiosity. Or not 2 mana, 2 Royalty. Loyalty. I will buff the Enduring Curiosity. Another Faerie Mastermind. And I'll end the turn. They're just gonna rope some more, I think. So, yeah, that's pretty much the end of the game. If he wants to attack Kaito, I guess he can put all of his effort into trying to kill Kaito. But the Curiosity and the Restless Reef probably will just get there anyways. So, if he does spend all his mana trying to kill Kaito, he will die from that. I locked down his Curiosity so that his Curiosity can't attack me, and I don't have to go for the throw it, because you have to go for the throw it and it still has the ability, right? So you definitely don't want to go for the throw with Curiosity if you can avoid it. Now our Curiosity is 5 damage, our Restless Reef is 5 damage. Their rope is, infinite damage because they're just going to die at the end of the rope. But, I think our opponent put up a good fight up to that point before they rage quit. And we are very even when it comes to cards. Look, 9 cards in the graveyard, 8 cards in the graveyard, 4 cards in hand, 3 cards in hand, 39 cards in deck, 39 cards in deck. They had a Tishana. We did not draw our Tishana, but we got a bunch of Floodpits Drowners, and now they quit. Okay, GG. Yeah, so we're pretty sure we would have won that game either way, but they didn't have to rope out like that. Alright, our opponent is Collapson. Hello, Mr. Collapson. Would you like to collapse, son? Oh, this is a hand. We are missing a 1 or 2 drop, but then Faebloom Trick with Kaito could help us get there, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm mulligan his hand. I got no 1 or 2 drop. I got 1 go for the throw. Not a very good... Oh, God. This is just worse. It's just worse. And they're red. And they are red. They're already going to burn us? No? Not yet. Challenger. We are mentally challenged. I mean, I didn't have a cut down on turn 1, so none of this matters. That's what they're playing? Two 1/1 fairies will tap your Emperor Heart Challenger. I don't think we can get there either way. There's too much damage up front. He's gonna buff before I even declare blockers. He's just that confident, huh? If I were him, I'd be that confident too. Burst Lightning. Yep. Alright, we gotta go for the throw. I guess that's something. Can't Kaito here. We go for the throw 1 and we just keep Kaito lock being the other one. Man, with that Rockface Village, everything is even worse. Manifold Mouse, definitely counter that. Go for the throw the Challenger? I think we go for the throw the Challenger. I can afford to take a little bit more damage. So Hardcast Kaito.
Slim chances just make victory that much sweeter. Take a break, will ya?
I got a block for Kaito if I, need to. Oh my god. Don't miss a single card. They even have to burst lightning to kill Kaito?
I'm definitely lost.
Right, there's a lot of rock-face villages. I guess we block like this. Well, the Sanctuaries will have to do its thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna get 2 Sanctuaries up anyway, so this Sanctuary will have to do its thing. Draw a card. Is it go for the throw? No, it's Darkslick Shores. Oh, it can't be any worse. I mean, I guess it could, but it's just not good. You can Rockface Village to hire Claw like crazy. But we are royally boned. These aren't even... Oh, this is a fairy, technically, I guess. Just one attack, huh? You can buff that into 1, 2, 1, 2. So that would be a... Only once each turn, right? So it would be a 2-3. That's the best he can do. Make it into a 2-3. It's best you got. 2-3 doesn't go through. Best you got. Swift Sphere. Do we care about Swift Sphere? I don't think so. Go for the throw. Oh boy. Alright, now we're talking. So we go for the throw, the Swiss Sphere. I think we attack first. That's gonna be 1 mana off. If I'm not too careful. Oh, these are both Vigilance. I would like to draw 2 cards. Good. This gives me the Go for the Throw and Spell Stutter up. Can we get there? Oh man, it would be insane if we were able to get there. We're at 4. They have such good draws. But maybe they can't get there. They did not do anything. Okay, if they don't do anything, we're gonna go for the throw this with Sphere here. Still hold up our counter spell. This is counter unless you pay 4. We got 4 fairies. And he's right, counter unless you pay 4. Ah, got it. Good game, Mono Red. Get the F out. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you see all those Dimir mid-range games, do you like this deck? Do you like this deck more than the Stormchaser Talon version? I'm still split. I love this deck. After playing it today, I can see why it's putting up the numbers. It is insanely strong. But I think this, compared to the Stormchaser Talon deck, there is still an active competition as to which is better. Some people will say that Stormchaser Talon's better, myself included. I think that deck is marginally better, but this deck, I think it's just right underneath that. I still say Stormchaser Talon's tier 0. This might be tier 0.1. So it's way better than any other deck in the metagame. We were able to beat them on red. When they got all the nuts draws, we were able to get them. I think they went first too. So yeah, we were able to get them on red. With all of ours just interactions, we were able to tap them down and slow them from killing us. One of the biggest thing about this deck that I love, that I feel like is not sort of hit on enough by a lot of, by a lot of other YouTube commentators. I feel like I don't hear this a lot, and that is the stun counters. Right? A lot of people just think, well, we have the tempo, we're able to kill our opponent's creatures, go for the throw, we're able to cheating Kaito and things like that. Those are all fine. One of the biggest things that I noticed that helped me win a lot of games today are the stun counters. This stun counter and this stun counter. Remember, stun counter is not just tapping an opponent's creature down. It taps it down for an extra turn, which means that now we get our tempo. They have a creature. It's not removed. So they don't get to reanimate it. They don't get to reuse their curiosity abilities. It's just a creature that's on board that does not do anything. And in the meantime, our tempo is on board and is actively dealing damage, and that's how we're winning. And that's why I feel about this deck is being strong. I still think the Stormchaser Talon has the better nuts draws because you can turn 1, turn 2 Stormchaser, and you saw what happened when I was playing that game where, we had like 12 damage on turn 3. That was insane. But this is just as strong because it has all the interactions, and it can definitely put up a fight against that deck because it has all the removal, all the counterspell needed to slow them down, as well as slowing down any other deck while putting up the tempo itself. So yeah, I think this is a very strong deck, definitely top of the metagame. Go ahead and try it out yourself. It's not very difficult to, well, it's pretty difficult to pilot, I would say, but not very intensive on the wild card to craft. Just the 4 Kaitos are mythic. The Enduring Curiosity is the rare. I don't know how many other rares. Tishana is a rare, and maybe the Mastermind is rare. Those are all the rares, right? And then the lands. Of course, most of the lands everybody already has. So yeah, very strong deck. Go ahead and try it out. Let me know how you did. That's all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.